What's up, everybody? This is All Things Beer 510, and today we bringing you a review, a double review, kind of something a little different. I think I've done it one other time, comparing two different beers on camera at the same time. This is Cellarmaker, Alvarado Street Brewing, Bay Area, Northern California, stand up, and then Brooklyn's own. Brooklyn's been in the news lately for dealings with the Bay. Brooklyn's Other Half Brewery. This is a double collaboration. Sam from Other Half, maybe 2-3 months ago, was out here in Northern California and hooked up with Alvarado for Wholesome Jams. Wholesome Jams is a double IPA, 8.1%. Double IPA, let me get the hops right. Nelson, Mosaic, Idaho 7. So those are the hops in Wholesome Jams. Then we have Chronic the Juice Hawk, Cellarmaker, and Other Half. See the Other Half? Taken from Sonic the Hedgehog, if you guys do not know. This is a double dry hop IPA, double dry hop, double IPA, 8.2%. And the hops in this one, Nelson again, Citra, Strata, Motueka. So those are the hops. Because I'm a big fan of Alvarado, because I'm a big fan of Cellarmaker, I said, well, and I love Other Half beer, I like, well, you know what? Fuck it. Instead of doing two reviews, let's just knock them both out on camera. So we're going to pour them and not really, and just give tasting notes and tell you what I think about them. I'm pouring this one first, which is Wholesome Jams. Great Notion glassware. I need some Alvarado glassware. Guys, help me out with that one. And I'll leave this here. Wholesome Jams. Then we're going to do Chronic the Juice Hog. I did not drink my Chronic the Juice Hog. I did not even have it on tap, just so I can do what I'm doing right now. And I can tell the difference. The smell, they actually smell very similar, but I can tell the difference in the pour of these beers. So we put these right over here. So this is Wholesome Jams, looking very cloudy. Oh God, dirty glassware alert. But this is Chronic the Juice Hog. Not looking, I mean, it's not a West Coast, but it's not super hazy like this. So they do look different. One has this creamy head, which is Wholesome Jams, and this other has like a lot of carbonation. So almost like some grapefruit juice or something. Cheers to me. Other Half, Alvarado, Cellarmaker. What more could you want? I'll drink Alvarado first. Cheers. Or smell it first. Yeah. It has that, Alvarado has most of their beers just have this nice the smell that it borders dank and also juice. A lot of the beers that they really do really well have this combination of just danky, earthy, weedy type of smell mixed with, also some juice character or some grapefruit. So this is what I'm getting with that one. A lot of dankiness, a lot of earthiness, a lot of juice qualities that I like. Cheers. I have to take a real drink, real man's drink for that. Wow. So very easy drinking for a double IPA. Super smooth, super easy drinking. Has an oily texture, a creamy texture. The taste follows the nose as far as dankness and creaminess, and just all out, just a really well executed collab. When it comes to Other Half, I don't get Other Half. And I've had a lot of Other Half IPAs, double IPAs, and some triples. I don't get the Other Half in this beer as far as the collaboration part. This is very much like an Alvarado great beer that they do when they're really spot on and dialed in. This is them at their best. This is a really well executed beer. On Untappd right now, I think it's like almost 4.4. Chronic the Juice Hog is 4.27, almost 4.3. So very close in range. But yeah, the taste is just very danky, very creamy, easy drinking. Not boozy at all. It's like has a little bit of grapefruit. I get a little bit of pineapple. Just really good. And it has Nelson in there, and I love Nelson beers, and it has that that diesel type of fuel. I know that is like crazy to say that, but it just has this, it hits the neck a little different, a little burn, but this doesn't do that, but I can tell the Nelson presence in this beer. So that is Wholesome Jams, very well executed beer. I picked me up a 4-pack, craft beer and wine, salute you, Alameda. So now let's get to Chronic the Juice Hog. Wholesome Jams, Chronic the Juice Hog, Cellarmaker, Alvarado. I also get dank out of this one. Not as danky as the Alvarado collab, but I get more citrus notes out of this one than I do that one. More citrus notes, more tangerine, some dankness. And like I said, this has Citra, Strata, Motueka, and also Nelson. So it has this dankness to it, this weed, earthy type of smell, but it also has some citrus notes, some tangerine, some oranges. Yeah, smelling beer. Cheers. This is Chronic the Juice Hog, Sonic the Hedgehog, one of the dopest games ever. Cheers. Okay. So, comparing, right? What I can say, this is 8.1, Wholesome Jams. Chronic the Juice Hog is 8.2. You've seen how I went to drink Wholesome Jams and almost down the whole beer because of this creamy, oily, just smooth texture that the beer, as far as the mouthfeel, had. And without this like slight little burn. This doesn't have burn either, but it's a lot boozier. Which is great. I'm not, which is great. I'm just comparing the two beers. You see me like not take a big gulp, because it didn't, when you're drinking, it just something tells you, oh, I could just down this all day. And that's what I had with Wholesome Jams. Now that might get you in trouble later if you think you could, throw a couple back in less than an hour. If you're on a fishing trip or something, then you're in trouble. But just sitting at home, also, if you like that creamy texture that beers deliver and Alvarado delivers often, this does not do that. This is a lot boozier, a little bit dankier. Almost, it's of juice, but it's almost a West Coast quality, which is probably what they're going for. I mean, guys, we're in the West Coast. I see a lot of people always complaining about West Coast beers, but guess what? We live in the West Coast, so guess what? West Coast beers. So Cellarmaker, and they do this a lot. They stick, they do have a lot of beers with the juice and everything like that, but then they do a lot of mixtures, like it might be hazy but it tastes juicy, or it might have West Coast qualities in terms of look, but then it might just taste like juice. Like they really do that well. I mean, Double Dopus has been talked about so often with different colors. People always bitching and complaining, in my opinion, about, oh, this doesn't look like this Double Dopus and this doesn't look like this Double Dopus. It's like, okay, like batch to batch beers are going to look different. I understand that. And maybe that's what they really want to do, right? Maybe, I've never had them on camera, but maybe they want it to look different from time to time. Who knows? But, yeah. Anyways, Chronic the Juice Hog. Chronic, they got the name right. And juice. It does have some juice qualities, but it does remind me of a great West Coast IPA from a West Coast brewery that is not as hazy, but, looks like a little bit of orange juice. It has some tangerine, a little orange juice dash, but dankness and this boostiness. You're drinking a double IPA when you're drinking this. The Wholesome Jams kind of drinks like a pale ale IPA a little bit. So great offerings from both of these breweries. Not complaining. Which one would I rather have? They're very different. But if I had to choose, it just depends on the mood I'm in. If I want like a double IPA and a stout later, like, in the evening, I'd probably go with Wholesome Jams. If I just want to have one beer for the day, I'll probably go with Chronic the Juice Hog. So, guys, take care. Till next time. Salute, Cellarmaker, Alvarado Street, and other half from Brooklyn. Oh, yeah. And I may be wrong. Both of these beers don't scream other half to me. I mean, maybe this more than Wholesome Jams, and maybe I'd have to have like, you know what? take that back. I'm sorry, I was going to end the video, but when you if you've had all green everything, or all Citra everything, which I had when I went to New York a few years ago, like on tap, when I first heard about Other Half. That's what Chronic the Juice Hog reminds me of. A little bit of all green everything, not super hazy, but as far as this is maybe the color it is, and it's danky, but it's one of my favorite Other Half beers. That's what this reminds me of. All green everything. So there you go. So yeah, but I had to just say that part. Until next time, you guys take care. Peace and love. 100. Happy 4th of July week. Peace.